In a world under an invisible dome, where right seems wrong and wrong seems right, it's easy to get lost in the matrix. This is Illuminated Mind with Aries Child. How is your energy looking?
All right. You know what time it is. Welcome to another weekly edition of Illuminated Mind with Aries Child. Tonight is a special October special night. I've been talking about this night for a few weeks now, so you all ought to be looking forward to it. This is Illuminated Mind After Dark. Tonight, I'm bringing on a few people. You know, I normally do shows solo, but tonight I'm bringing on two guests, and we are going to be talking nothing but the adult talk that we never get to really talk about on this show. So I would like to right now, if you guys don't mind, I would like to introduce my two guests. We have Stormy and we have Drew. How you guys doing?
Good.
All right. How you doing?
All right. So if you don't mind, I'll let you guys introduce yourselves so that the audience knows who is going to be giving them advice tonight. If you don't mind, we'll start with you, Stormy. Ladies first.
Oh, thank you. I'm Stormy. I'm an actress. I'm a nurse. Well, I've been a nurse for like a lot of years. I live on the beach, and I don't know. What else do you want to know?
Oh, I think that's pretty
I'm
good.
not a professional, that's for sure, but
Well, I mean, we do what we do. And what about you, Drew? What about you? Let the people know about you.
Hey, how's everybody doing? I'm Drew. I am a professional driver. I'm a dad. I'm a DJ. You know, I do quite a few things, and I'm just here. I'm here. I'm here to get it started. Let's go.
Let's go. Let's do it. So before we get started, I want to let everyone out there know that you can always call in and ask a question, leave a comment, let me know how I'm doing, let me know how much you don't like the guest that I had on that evening. I'm gonna give you that number. So grab your pen, grab your paper, grab your phone, and that number is 407 476 9059. Call that number, follow the prompt, and then say what you got to say. And if you're lucky, you might just hear it on the show one. All right, guys. So we're gonna jump right into this. You guys ready?
yes.
Yes.
All right. So we all are adults. We've all have had our ups and downs. We've all have been in good relationship, bad relationships, and we've all dealt with good and bad people.
Mhm.
So I'm gonna start off with the very first question being, how do you deal with people who constantly bombard you with their negativity when you are on your positive path? And we're gonna start with you, Drew.
Um, for me, I would say I kind of tune it out. You know, because the once I get a hold of someone's negativity, it sticks with me. You know, and it's kind of hard to get rid of it. You know, so I try to I try to tune it out just so it doesn't take control of my day.
Exactly. And
Mhm.
if you listen to the show, listeners, and Drew, I know that you do often, but if you listen to my show, I'm always constantly talking about protecting your energy. And that's basically something that you just said right there, is that you don't let it get to you, because once it gets to you, it kind of eats at you, kind of attaches
Yeah,
itself to you. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? And brings down what you do. So I'm with that. I'm with that because at all times you are the most valuable player on your team. And
definitely.
you know what I'm saying? Your team can feed you with that negativity. Your
Right.
family can feed you with that negativity. Your
Hmm.
so-called best friends can feed you with that negativity, as well as people who don't even know you can feed you with that
Right.
and energy. You know what I mean?
Mm.
And at the same time, you got to remember, when they're feeding you that negative energy, they're eating on your positive energy.
Mm-hmm.
You got to understand the give and the take of the whole scenario. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
So, Stormy, we're gonna ask you the same question. How do you deal with people that are constantly bombarding you with their negative energy when you're on your positive path?
I think everybody has some time during their life or whatever where they're going to have negative feelings. You know, you got stuff that happens to you, and of course that could be bad stuff, it could be negative, whatever. But if it's continuous with that person, it becomes toxic. And honestly, I don't have room for that kind of negativity. I don't.
Yeah, she might have went out.
She might have went out, but she'll come back. She'll come back.
And then you're that. So that's my, yeah. I can't deal with it. I dealt with it for a long time, and I had to remove that person. Because it was for too long that I dealt with it. And it's like, I can't do it. I need to be happy, and I can't live with this toxic person anymore. So
And
it's best for your mental health.
Right. And again, it's there we go, your mental health.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I've done several shows about the broken mind and the broken spirit. And once you fall into those categories of having either a broken spirit or having a broken mind, that opens you up to a lot of dark, negative things into your life. Whether you believe in that spiritual realm and that spiritual connection, or if you don't, it don't matter if you do or you don't, because it is a fact. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
So, you know, you gotta again protect yourself, because you're the number one, you're the most valuable player on your team. No matter what, no matter who you love, no matter who's getting the most points, no matter who's making the most plays, you are the most valuable player on your team.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so if you let them break your mind state, you know, so, and I'm not gonna say break, but let's just say weaken, you know, then you're more susceptible to the negative energy in which they surround themselves in, or whether it be a co-worker.
Right. Well, and the bad thing is, if this toxic person breaks you down enough, you're going to start attracting negative energy from everything.
From everywhere.
Yes.
So, and you do have to take care of yourself first. You know, you're allowed to be a little selfish, if that's what you want to call it. But if you don't watch out for your own ass, if you don't watch out for yourself, it ain't nobody else going to do it. You know, you got to do it for you.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
So let's move on to another question, if you don't mind. What is your ideal relationship versus the relationships you wind up in?
Ooh.
Who's first?
You are, ma'am.
Now, okay, I was married for a long time, and being an older woman, when I was younger, I thought, oh yeah, you get married and it's just going to be so amazing, and it's just going to be rainbows and flowers, and it's not. And I was in that toxic relationship and divorced after 25 years.
Wow.
And now I've been divorced for about 7 years, and this is the happiest I've been. And I think the relationship I would like now, I don't ever want to get married again. For me, being married was a one-time thing. I think now my perfect relationship, well, I'm seeing somebody, and I wouldn't mind having like a live-in partner, you know, a friend with benefits, or just somebody that's here and somebody to go out and do things with. But I don't need like a long-term piece of paper that says I want to marry you. And I'm not into the whole love thing yet. I think I'm more just lusting. But whatever happens, happens. I'm not looking for anything, like, oh, we need to do this. We have to be connected. And it's like, whatever.
Correct.
I'm used to doing stuff on my own. And so I'm happy right now. But I would like a little more in just that I would like somebody that just is here and maybe isn't, I still see other people, but
so you want what you want is you want someone that is there to fill that void of lonely times, but you don't want the commitment and the labelment of we are exclusive to just each other.
Right. And it's like I said, maybe down the road, maybe that exclusivity would be fine, but right now, no.
Right.
I'm good.
All right. And what about you, Drew? Your ideal relationship versus what you end up in?
My ideal relationship, I would say it would be, just as Cheryl said, it's a different day and time. People live differently than they did,
Back when.
past times. They have different. It's like the morals were a little stronger back then.
Right.
So it's for me. My ideal relationship would be someone that could just match my energy. I am single at this point. I was married at one point in time, but it was marriage for me. I didn't find the right person, and
That happens to a
it
lot
just
of
didn't
us.
work.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it just didn't work. But like Cheryl said, I think it's just a piece of paper. You can go out and have fun and still enjoy your life, with someone, and you don't need the whole being tied down type of feeling. And that's what I don't want, So my ideal relationship would be for someone, to find someone who could actually just match my energy.
I feel
I like that because that's how I feel too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You gotta look if that's what you want, you gotta look beyond, surface and material things, because someone that's gonna match your energy, it's she might not be a 10.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
It doesn't have to, I don't think that, like you said, she doesn't have to be a 10. She doesn't matter, as long as she's beautiful on the inside, and,
And that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying right there.
Yeah. And I like to do boring, I like to do boring things sometimes, but I just come from skating, roller skating. I love this type of stuff,
Yeah.
Just get out and have a little fun, and it's not really hard,
Right.
But you find people now who just don't want to do anything. I don't know if it's the pandemic that kind of make people want to just kick back and relax, and stay put. But I like to get out and do things.
I hear you. Well, before we take this commercial break, I'm gonna give you my quick answer to this. My ideal relationship would be a relationship where freedom is understood. You have the freedom to do you have the freedom to be you, and I have the freedom to be me, regardless of what the differences between the two of us are. You have the freedom to be you, and I have the freedom to be me. But at the same time, I hate to say it like this because it's dangerous to say, but your sex drive gotta be high. Like you gotta want to do it at the spur of the moment. Waiting until a certain time on certain days on a certain month and a certain holiday. That's not ideal for me. And you have to be, and she has to be completely open-minded to anything. You know what I'm saying? She's gotta watch porn with me and be like, yo, let's try that. Let's go buy that. Let's, that she's gotta be wow, you know what I'm saying? She's gotta be with it, you know what I'm saying? Not, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm a guy. You know what I'm saying? I've been watching porn since I was a teenager. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
it's natural for me.
Well, guess
know what I'm
what?
saying?
A lot of women do that too.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I found out over
Yeah.
the years. You know what I'm saying?
You don't hear
you
much
know,
about it.
but what I
Yeah.
normally get is someone who loves me, but is constantly taking my freedom
Mm.
in the name
So
of
they're
love.
sucking the life out of you, but kind of.
Yeah.
It's like,
You know what I'm saying? It's all love, but at the same time,
but
it's not. It's hindering me from being freely me.
right.
You
Right.
know, it's all about. But for me, at my age now, you know, it's all about the progress. You know, because
Mm-hmm.
once I had a wild, uncontrollable mind, but now I don't. Now I'm in control of my thoughts. I'm in control of my actions. I'm in control of my words. I'm in control of my behavior. I'm in control of my temper.
Correct.
So I can manage and deal with certain things. All right, but we're gonna take a quick commercial break. We went way long over that, you guys. We just getting started.
Sounds good.
Everybody stick around and we're gonna be right back.
Well in the dark, so I lost all my friends, and in the end, all I had was you.
You on that white horse, I'm not Cinderella. You're not my Prince Charming. There is no forever,
All right. Welcome back. This is still Illuminated Mind After Dark October special. I want everybody to remember that you can always call that number. You should know it by now. Leave a message. These guys would love to answer anything you have to say, any question that you may have. I want you to also remember that my Canadian listeners, you guys are still going strong, and I still got big ups and big love for you guys. And I also want to give a shout out to the home team, Seattle. Want to give a shout out to New York. Thank you guys for listening. And we're gonna jump right back into this. Tonight we have with us Drew and Stormy.
Hey.
How you guys doing? How y'all
Hey.
guys doing? Are we back?
Yeah.
All
right. So, who do you think is the most dangerous after falling in love? Would it be a man or would it be a woman? And Drew, I want you to give us your take on this one.
So what do you mean dangerous in what aspect?
Dangerous as in just dangerous. Like you know, you fall in love and she falls in love, you fall in love, and then all of a sudden get crazy, get wacky, get controlling, get, you know, switch the whole game up on you. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I'll flatten the tires in your car, you know, bitch, I'll bust your head to the white meat. I mean, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
I would say it could go both ways. Because you know, people get clingy, you know, and I admit I'm like that, you know. Like I don't want to be everywhere you are at all times, you know. But you know, I just like to be around somebody, you know. But I would say men. Definitely.
Men?
I would say men. Yeah.
All right.
You know, women are always they're always thinking, like they're always like 10 steps ahead of us. And it's like, you know, we could be talking and she's already thinking about what's going on 5 minutes from now, you know? So it's like we kind of have to keep up. And we get a little more frustrated faster. They got a little more control over, you know, emotions and stuff like that. That's just my thing.
I don't know where the women come from. You've been getting your food from, but please send me that email because
yeah, I'm a woman. I know better.
Ain't happening around these parts.
It's like, dude, really?
All right, Stormy. So what do you think? Men or women?
Both in different ways, I think.
Yeah.
I loved your answer, Drew, but I'm sorry, I'm a woman, and I know women can be nutty bitches. I've been there. Plus, you got to figure women have a lot of hormonal stuff. Try PMSing and not wanting to kill your guy. But I know that, and I don't know. It's just some men want to be more controlling, and not all men are like that, though. All women have some crazy to a certain point. I think we all have some crazy. And I don't know, guys have issues, but if they're like a controlling type person, it's like, I don't want you looking at this guy, and I don't want you talking to that person. And, I have guy friends. And when I was married, I'd point out attractive women to my ex-husband and say, oh, look, she's cute. And, you kind of do the same thing. But then he was very controlling. So if I would look, then later on, it would be like, oh, yeah, well, you were looking at that guy. I mean, just crap.
Yeah.
But I think in a perfect world, I think it would be more of a give and take. It's not more one than the other. And I know that doesn't happen very often. But I honestly think that women are a little more, and I think women are a little more crazy too, because it's really hard to feel good about yourself and think, well, yeah, I'm all that, because society shows you all these women and how, they're airbrushed in magazines, and how, they're perky here and their booties are here, and guys don't necessarily want all that, but that's what you see. And then you start thinking, I'm not good enough. And, he's going to look at somebody else like that. So I think society feeds that into us women as well. It's like, you don't look like that person. It's like, well, duh, different. So, and I have met men that say, no, I don't even like that stuff. Well, but society pushes that on us, and we're like, oh, but I don't look like that, and and so, you get a little crazy. So
a little crazy.
Yeah. Or a lot.
All right. Those some good answers. So we're both saying basically both in different aspects.
Yeah.
Now, for me, the way that I look at it is I take out every possible distraction and focus on just a woman and a man being in love. And the crazy comes out. And I think that men have a tendency to beat up and show force after falling in love to show that, what I'm saying, they mean business about, this relationship. Whereas a woman will take that abuse until she's not in love anymore. And then by then, the only way that they feel to escape what they have allowed is to poison this motherfucker, to shoot him in his sleep, to cut his brake lines, to have her dad come and kill him. So I think in the aspect of relationship love alone, I think women are more dangerous. Now, a man will go overboard and will choke a bitch out and fuck around and kill her on accident. You know what I'm saying? Maybe he'll catch her in the act of cheating and kill her and the lover. But I think that a woman would go to full extents, and even if it wasn't that, even if it wasn't that major where she was getting beat up all the time, or where he was just a constant cheater, you know what I'm saying? Just they fall out for anything, and a woman be like, I didn't cook, clean, and raise these kids by your stank ass, and now you want to leave. You know what I'm saying? All it takes is I don't want you no more. That'll be knocked off.
don't forget that it's not just physical abuse either. Some women only have, I was emotionally abused for 25 years. And he was a cheater but for some reason we just feel like, oh yeah, well, I took my vows seriously, and you don't just dump somebody because you have a problem. So we got to overcome the problem. But if it's not helping, you can give 100%, but if that person's not giving their 100% and they're playing with your head, sometimes that's really, I mean, I didn't have any physical bruising or injuries, but my head was a mess. So there is that. And there are guys that do that and don't do the physical, but the emotional's just as bad.
Let me ask you, Drew, have you ever been in a situation where you were the one being mind fucked?
Oh yeah. I've been there. I've been in a place where even I was with someone who was in a previous abusive relationship, and when we came together, she was very hands-on as far as she turned it into the abuser,
Oh, damn.
And that came from her past, So it was like, wow, that energy can transfer,
Yeah. Yeah, it can. And it's like, is it Stockholm syndrome? Where people who are kidnapped, like fall in love or want to be family members with the kidnapper.
Yes.
It's kind of the same thing, especially if it's over time. And that goes back to what somebody said in the first segment about, a broken mind.
Yeah.
True.
That's it. But you have to know when you need to get help as well.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right.
Right.
Yeah. So
all right, guys. So what we're gonna do right here is, if you don't mind, we're gonna take a quick commercial break. That's what they're telling me I gotta do. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna be right back. Stick around. We're gonna have both of these guys back, and we're gonna get a little bit deeper in tonight's show.
Yeah.
All right, welcome back. This is Illuminated Mind After Dark. We've got Stormy and Drew in the house with us tonight. We're about to get a little bit deeper into these questions. We had y'all on the surface. Now we're gonna go a little bit deeper and see where these guys mentally are at. And I want you to take what these people say, because I know you always listen to what I say, but I want you to take what these people say and I want you to apply it to any aspect of your life that you feel that it may be able to help. All right. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna bring them back. Bring them back. Drew, Stormy, y'all with me?
Yep.
Yes. Yeah.
All right, guys. It's the third segment, and we're gonna get a little bit deeper into these questions. Now, I'm gonna start with you, Cheryl.
Oh, okay.
Start with you. Why do women say "I hate you" whenever they get upset?
I'll tell you why. Because
and wait. They don't just say "I hate you." They don't just say "I hate you" once. They make it a point to say it at least 13 to 87,000 times.
Right.
Why is that?
And I get it. And it's not. Now, I never said that to my ex-husband, but I have said it. I've never said it to anybody I was in a relationship with until I broke up with them. And then it's like, oh, I hate you. But when I was younger, I used to fight with my mom a lot. And I loved her dearly. But and it's the same concept. She'd tell me, well, you can't do this or whatever, and I'm like, why? And would have like a big argument, and I would say, I hate you. And one time she told me the same thing back, and I ran to my room and I cried my eyes out. I know why women do that, because if you feel like your man is hurting you or saying something, you want to hurt back, and you think by saying I hate you, that's going to make them feel bad too. And that's what you want to do. It's like, you're hurting me, so I'm going to hurt you now, and I know this is going to get you, and this is going to tear at your heart, so I'm going to tell you 80,000 times I hate you. And even though I honestly don't think those women do hate whoever they're saying. I mean, unless it's a bad relationship, but I think that's why. It's like, I want to hurt you the way you hurt me, and that's the only thing I can think of.
Okay, but what do you think about we're in a relationship and we're having an argument, and you feel that my answers are not good enough for your questions, and you tell me in one night, in one argument, that you hate me let's just say 75 times. How do you think that you can still go to bed and wake up tomorrow and have grasp on a relationship that you had before that argument, after telling somebody that you hate them constantly over and over and over?
The whole thing with all that is communication. Stuff comes out in the heat of the moment, and it's like, why aren't you seeing what I'm trying to tell you? I hate you. Okay, well, you know what? Cool off a little bit, and then you need to, instead of yelling at each other and telling people I hate you, then you need to sit down and talk. Communicate. Yeah. If you're not communicating, shit ain't gonna happen.
Exactly.
So you have to communicate. And guy can't read your mind, and a woman can't read a guy. You can't read people's minds. So if your man isn't willing to let you say, but wait, this is how I feel. I feel like you're doing this, or I feel like this is how it makes me feel. And then, maybe the guy's like, oh, well, I didn't realize that. But you don't know if you're just going to start arguing and saying, I hate you, and then that's it. You can't do that.
Right. Now, Drew, let me ask you, how do you feel or handle a situation where you and your lady in an argument, and after every time you say something, she say, I hate you, I want a divorce, I hate you, get out, I hate you, I'm going to my mom's house, I hate you, your dick ain't shit, I hate you. I mean, how do you handle that?
Man, those words really stick, even though someone might not really feel they might not mean what they feel at that point in time, but those words, they're in the back of your head,
And they hurt.
Yeah, they do. I dealt with it, and it was like, I tried to, tune it out as much as I could, but even down the line, it's like I could still hear it, and every time, we have children together. So, we still have to see each other face to face.
Right. And
I would still feel that in the back of, it's still there, and, even though we can talk like adults, and for the children's sake, but those words are really, they really stick with you. But the way I handle it is I just tune it out, I just tune it out.
If they're telling you I hate you and I want a divorce, well, then that's, that is a little different. That's not just trying to say, hey, I'm hurt, I want to hurt you and make you feel bad. Although, I mean, that happens too. But there's more.
I mean, it all goes hand in hand, because it could be an argument where I'm saying, you're not saying, and I'm speaking for women, you're not saying I hate you. You're saying, your dick is small, your dick is small, your dick is small.
Oh,
You know,
yeah, and
you know what I'm
that's
saying? We could be talking about getting
Yeah.
mad because the spaghetti was cooked or the pasta was hard, and then you're like, well, your dick is small. You know,
yeah, that's then
you
there's
know,
an
like
issue there. It's like you can't. That's almost like bullying. I think it's like
Yeah.
yeah,
you can't
Yeah.
look at another person and say, "Oh, well, you have a fat ass," or you're.
Yeah.
That's uncalled for. It's like
Yeah.
there's no reason to hurt somebody. There's no reason to hurt somebody anyway. But
It's like you're pushing. Yeah.
yeah,
okay. So you both made comments earlier about your stance on marriage. So I'm assuming, because I had a question I was going to ask, single or marriage, and I'm assuming y'all would rather say single.
Yes.
So I'm going to skip to that. I'm going to skip that question. I'm going to ask you, side piece or side meat versus mistress. I don't know what the male version of a mistress is. A kept man. I don't know, but what would you what would you pick? What would you pick to have?
Who, me?
I've
Are
been
you
in
talking to me?
both places. That's all I'm
Yeah.
going to say.
Yeah.
Yes, I've been a side piece, and yes, I've been a mistress. And you know what? At this point in my life, I don't care because honestly, I mean, this is an adult show, right? I enjoy
Correct.
sex. So I
Correct.
just
Yeah.
want to, I mean, if I could find somebody that would be here all the time and have good sex with, that would be great. But I'm not looking to take anybody away from their husband. And it used to really make me feel bad, but it's like, you know what? You're the one that's married. You're the one that's lying. You want to come here and, we have a good relationship the way it is, then
Right.
great. I mean, everything's good that way. And, we can be friends with benefits. So
Right.
that works.
Yeah.
But I've also fallen in love with a married man twice, and nothing ever comes of those. It's like, oh yeah, I love you and I want to be with you, and it doesn't work, and that's when the heartstrings get involved, and it's like, you don't have them when you need them, you don't have them on the holidays, and that sucks. So
Yeah.
I like to be in control, and it's like, okay, well, you're married, yeah, we'll have a good old time, and then you go home and we'll be fine.
Right.
Yeah.
What about you, Drew? Side piece or mistress?
I'd say side piece.
And why?
I've
Why
been
side
there,
piece?
and it's just, it's like you don't have to sign a contract. It's like you go enjoy yourself and go about your way. That's about it. And
Like
both
my friend with
parties,
benefits
yeah, that's it. Both parties are happy. Hey,
and satisfied.
yeah. So,
Well, I'd have to say mistress, because
mhm.
I remember a time when, before the side piece, when the mistress was around, and the mistress carried herself with a certain mistress respect.
Yeah,
With
yeah,
the side
yeah.
piece, you run the risk of, like you just said, Drew, no contract. So you have the risk
Right.
of her taking sneak pics, and posting
Mhm.
them, knowing that, what I'm saying, your significant other will run across them. You have, with a side piece, you have a chance of them going through your phone and getting your girl's number, and calling her and letting her know what's scoop. With the side piece, if that bitch get pregnant, you are fucked, homeboy. Now with the mistress,
Yeah.
she carried herself with a certain dignity and certain respect, and
Class.
she understood
Right.
the rule.
Right.
Exactly. And you never had to worry about anything. If your mistress and your significant other were in the same room, you didn't have to sweat, because you knew the mistress was on top of her game, even if your significant other suspected something was going on. So I miss those days, because These side pieces ain't shit.
No.
You know what? It's weird because I've been in that position. The guy that I was in love with, I used to go to their house and visit, and his wife would be there, and it was like, okay. I mean, it was kind of weird, but okay.
But
I mean, he knew that
he didn't have to sweat. He didn't have to sweat about anything. He knew nothing was gonna be exposed and nothing was gonna pop off.
Yeah, because I am not that person anyway. It's like I don't want to. Why would I want to out somebody if I'm having a good time? I mean,
exactly.
And and I don't want to ruin someone else's life. Yes. You know, it's like, did I want to be with him forever? Probably, although he would have done the same to me. But yeah, it's like, oh yeah, I wish he was mine. I wish he was mine. But it's like, no, I'm not going to say, hey, guess what? Your husband's doing this, because I'm just not that kind of a person. You know,
exactly.
Okay, I made the choice.
You
know?
Yeah, true.
Exactly.
So true.
All right, folks. What we're gonna do? We're gonna take one more quick commercial break, and we're gonna be right back, and we're gonna wrap this thing up for the night. All right, thank you guys for sticking around. This is still Illuminated Mind After Dark October special. We have in the house with the Stormy and Drew, and we just talking adult talk, and we getting it off our chest, and we speaking it real. We saying it like it is, and I hope that you are taking in what's being said and applying it. I don't want you to look at my guests and be like, oh, you live that lifestyle, or oh, you believe this, or oh, you date these type of people, that your advice is not valid. Because you got to understand, what we're speaking tonight is the world. It's the world. You got 3 people on this panel, and none of us knew each other back in the day. So life still was going on. Things were still happening. What wasn't happening for me may have been happening for Stormy. What wasn't happening for Stormy may have been happening for Drew. You understand what I'm saying? So don't judge, because you should not come here to judge, because this is not a judgeful show. Don't judge, but take in and go with the flow. But guys, I got a quick question for you now. Hope you can answer quick on your toes. What is your fetish? Dun, dun, dun. We got quiet. We wasn't ready. They wasn't ready.
I have many to list.
Yeah. Is there such thing as one fetish?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like, a good point. That's a good point.
Yeah, I mean, it's really hard, because especially since I'm older now and I feel like I'm more open. Well, and it's not a fetish, but I love young guys. So, you know, I'm seeing a guy that's 30 years younger than me. But I've always liked younger guys. So that's just a preference, I guess.
But it's being a cougar a fetish in itself? I mean, I'm just asking. I'm curious. I mean,
I don't know if it would be a fetish. I mean, I know there's some guys that consider liking cougars. They consider it a fetish. For me, it's just a preference. I've never been with an older guy, and I tried once when I was in California a few months ago, and it didn't work. So I know why I like younger guys. I don't know. I mean, and I think once you get to my age, you're willing to try a lot of stuff. I like restraints and blindfolds, and just guys wearing panties, and I mean, you want to be right? You don't know how hot it is when you got this hot guy with a nice big. Oh yeah. Anyway, it's not like in public. It's not in public.
Yeah, but that's your thing, and there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, I give clap up to that. I mean, you know what you like, and you go after it. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And that especially at our age, you know, we should really stop just taking what's given. You know,
And
because
quit
most of the
saying,
time what's given.
oh, ew, because you don't. I mean, I knew a guy that was into golden showers. Okay, so I mean,
Yeah.
So, you know, whatever. And I'm not somebody to say, oh, that's just ew. Who said?
Yeah. It is very hard to find someone who likes to explore. You know, we only have one life to live. You know, you gotta. You know, you have to try things. You know, it's nothing wrong with it.
Exactly.
You know, you can't be closed off when it comes to, you know, sexual behavior. You know,
right. Exactly.
Some people are just so, I don't know, they're so scared to explore, and I don't understand it.
Well, my thing is, the guy I'm seeing now wants to go hang at the nude beach, and I'm like, okay, but a lot of people have been trying to get me to go. There's a couple clubs. There's one in Kissimmee. There's one in Orlando, and they're like swingers clubs. And so I don't know yet, but
we're open to it.
Yeah.
Thank you, lady.
Yeah, we should try it. Why not?
I mean, it's really no big thing. I mean, when I was in my early 20s, I mean, I hung out at the swinger spot. I mean, me personally, I'm into all that weird kink shit. I mean, that I because I was doing it when I was first introducing myself to sex, getting, you know what I'm saying, learning my sex drive and you know, learning, you know, how to make a woman feel like a woman wants to be felt. You know what I'm saying? It took time. It wasn't like, you know what I'm saying, oh, I'm fucking now and everybody's getting their back out, blown out. Everybody's, you know what I'm saying, getting put to sleep, because it wasn't like that. I had to learn, you know, and I have an interest in the unnormal women, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I don't
freaky women.
Yeah, exactly. And you know, and they put me in a lot of uncomfortable predicaments, but you know, you learn what you like, and as you grow, I suggest, I'm telling you what I suggest, and this is what I suggest on the audience. If you run across something that you like, your best bet is to look for a mate that is into that as well, because it will make life so much easier, and it will help so many marriages.
Yep.
Yes.
Definitely. And being a woman, we're always taught when we're younger, oh, don't do that. Yo, don't give it away. Don't give it away. So, you know, I didn't even have sex till I was 20. And at that time, it was like, oh, I thought we were going to get married. And then when I was married to my husband, it was like, okay, but I always had things in my head, and I thought, oh man, that would be so hot. Oh man, that would be, but I never did anything. Now I'm in my 60s, and I'm finally experimenting with all the crap that I missed out on. So that's what I tell women. I think now you need to be in control of your sexual self, your emotional self. If you want to feel stuff, do it. And either find a guy, if you're going to get married, that wants to do that, the same kinds of things, or don't get married and experiment before you get married and see if that's a lifestyle that you want.
Exactly.
Right.
What about you, Drew? Drew, we're going to give you the final say. We're about to ride out for the night. So, Drew, the final say. You down with the find out the freaking? Are you down with finding out the freaking you and accepting the freaking you?
Oh yeah, I know the freaking me. I have listen. I'm telling you, man. I'm open for all things, you know.
Right.
And I enjoy it. You know, it opens up a new world for me. You know, it's like Cheryl said. It was like a forbidden thing as a young person, you know, but as I got older, I kind of got comfortable with that side, you know, and now it's like I can't live without it, you know. I definitely enjoy it. So
Life
Yeah,
is too
definitely.
short.
yeah.
All right,
You
guys. I
know.
want to thank you guys for coming out tonight.
Hey, thank you.
October special. This is Illuminated Mind. I'm your host, Aries Child. I want you guys to remember that you can tune in every Thursday night right here on GKI Radio, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm always on. You never have to worry about catching a repeat because, baby, we keep this train rolling. We don't stop over here for a damn thing. Cheryl, Drew,
Yes, sir.
any last words? So we'll start with you. Stormy.
I just think you should just try to be happy with yourself, enjoy your life because you only get one shot.
Yeah.
There we go. And Drew?
Live for you and enjoy life to the fullest.
Live for you. That man said, live for you.
Yeah.
I want you guys to remember that no matter what they say, no matter what they do, and no matter how they try to make you feel, you are the most valuable player on your team. You guys have a
Yes.
good night, and we'll see you next week.
Bye.
This has been Illuminated Mind with Aries Child. Join us next week for a fresh episode.